AB 1857.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and imaginary members. I would like to thank the Chair and the committee for their work on this bill. In 2023, the California declared access to food is a human right. But for many people, that right still isn't a reality. Today, more than 1 in 5 Californians is experiencing hunger. Nearly 3 million low-income Californians live in food deserts and do not have reliable access to affordable, healthy food. The vulnerability to food deserts can be made worse by practices used by individual players in the grocery industry. When a grocery store closes or relocates, they sometimes leave behind restrictive covenants that can keep new grocery stores from moving in. These restrictive covenants are clauses in leases or property agreements that limit what businesses can operate on a site. In some cases, restrictive covenants prohibit future grocery store use for anywhere from 15 to, in some cases, to 50 years. This leaves entire communities without a nearby option for fresh, healthy food. As a result, residents are forced to rely on smaller stores with fewer healthy choices and often higher prices. This can lead to serious health consequences. Limited access to nutritious food is linked to higher rates of obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and premature death. Access to healthy food is essential for public health, but these practices continue to lock many communities out, especially in small cities and rural areas and communities of color. Not everyone can drive miles to another store, or moving a grocery store across town is not always a real solution. We need to stop these practices from happening and restore access to grocery stores in underserved communities. This bill provides a local government process to strike a restrictive covenant that's keeping a grocery store from moving into a vacant property. This is a practical step to restore access to healthy food and support communities that have been left behind. With me today, I have Deja Thomas with LA Food Policy Council and Beth Smoker on behalf of the California Food and Farm Network. We also have Loyal Terry here for Economic Security California for technical questions.
Alrighty, thank you. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Deja Thomas, Manager of Strategic Partnerships at the LA Food Policy Council and a resident of LA Senate District 28. LA Food Policy Council is a collective impact organization whose mission is to ensure food is healthy, affordable, accessible, sustainable, and fair for all. We do this by working at the intersection of food and nutrition security, economic development, and environmental sustainability, aiming to build a just and sustainable food system. Today, I'm speaking in support of AB 1857, the Grocery Store Access Act. We know structural barriers to grocery access compounded by economic uncertainty contribute heavily to food insecurity. A USC study in 2025 found that roughly 1 in 3 low-income residents in LA County experience food insecurity. That number is unacceptably high, and it's higher than pre-pandemic levels. That is to say that low-income communities, as well as Latino, Black, and elderly communities, are worse off today than we were 8 years ago when it comes to this issue. I see countless partners every day working for decades with their community to bring quality and affordable food to our most disinvested neighborhoods. Their on-the-ground work needs to be paired with real structural change. AB 1857 aims to eliminate a structural barrier that prevents or slows down all the amazing people in our city, county, and region working hard to open and scale grocery stores for food insecure communities. If you drive throughout LA, you'll see a number of grocery stores that have abandoned low-income communities over the past 5 years. Many of those sites remain vacant despite being surrounded by a dense neighborhood that is deserving of accessible quality food. LA Food Policy Council and our Good Food Economy Working Group urge you to pass AB 1857 out of committee. We see this as just one piece of repairing decades of harm that ensures all Angelinos and Californians have dignified and responsive access to health and wellness via food in our communities. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Perfect timing. Thank you very much. All right. Next witness, please.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Beth Smoker with the California Food and Farming Network. As a cross-sector network of 50 organizations working upstream to address food insecurity by removing exploitive market practices and putting community well-being first, we are a proud co-sponsor of AB 1857. Food prices have risen nearly 30% since 2020. A grocery cart of basics, bread, chicken, vegetables that cost $34 in 2019 costs $50 today. We keep hearing prices went up because of supply chain, the pandemic, tariffs, but the Economic Policy Institute found that over half of recent price increases were driven by corporate grocery profit margins. As grocery chains consolidate, they've used their market dominance to raise prices beyond inflation. Meanwhile, Albertsons profits grew nearly tenfold, and Kroger's surged from $5.1 to $6.8 billion in 5 years. Restrictive covenants are one tactic grocery stores use to eliminate competition and lock in those high prices, and AB 1857 removes this tactic. In food deserts, this food affordability crisis compounds. Residents are forced to rely on convenience stores where food can cost 50 to 100% more with fewer healthy options. In Vallejo, a Safeway closure with a restrictive covenant left a neighborhood without a grocery store for 15 years. A community member shared that an entire childhood was spent without one nearby, costing families their money and time, which are two fundamental barriers to healthy living. AB 1857 would prevent this from happening to another community ever again by prohibiting the use of grocery restrictive covenants in the state, a small but bold step in addressing public health when even a single experience of childhood hunger can have lifelong impacts. And food insecurity drives over $7 billion in annual health care costs in California, the highest of any state in the nation. In closing, restrictive covenants are a private mechanism that lets corporations undercut the state's own declaration that food is a human right while serving no community interest. AB 1857 rectifies this. I urge your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Others in support of AB 1857, please approach the microphone.
Rebecca Gonzalez, Western Center on Law and Poverty and Support.
Thank you.
Loyal Terry here on behalf of Economic Security California Action is a proud co-sponsor and with support from the following organizations: AELP, Alameda County Community Food Bank, and San Diego Food System Alliance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Danny Kando-Kaiser on behalf of the Cameo Network in support.
Thank you.
Morning, Chairman Umberg, Mary Kames on behalf of the Office of Kat Taylor and Next Gen Policy in strong support of AB 1857.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Chair. Chris McKaylee in support on behalf of Fullwell, a nonprofit advocating food sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair Kathy Mossberg on behalf of the Public Health Institute and their program Roots of Change in support, as well as Nurse California and our colleagues from Alchemist CDC who couldn't be here, also in support.
Thank you.
Good morning, Kyle Jones on behalf of the Community Alliance with Family Farmers in support. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else in support, please come forward.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Louis Brown here today on behalf of the California Grocers Association. We have a support if amended. We're working with the author's office and appreciate the time of her and her staff to really just tighten the definition of grocery store and some of the other terms that are used throughout. We appreciate the progress that's been made and look forward to going into full support soon. Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Anyone else in support of AB 1857? If you're opposed to AB 1857, now's the time to come forward. Going once, going twice, saying no. Oh, here we go.
Hi, Jenny Aguilar on behalf of the California Business Properties Association, who are opposed unless amended and are still working out amends, but appreciate the author and her staff and are hopeful to reach an agreement soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else opposed to AB 1857? Seeing no one coming forward. I have no questions or comments. At the appropriate time, I'll vote aye. Would you like to close?
I would. Thank you very much. No community should lose a grocery store and can be prevented and then be prevented from getting another one for decades. We're here to support communities, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you very much. All right. As I said, at the appropriate time, I expect there'll be a motion. So, thank you very much. Thank you. All right.